So this is William and Junnylie, his wife. And let's start by hearing your story. Could you each tell me a little about where you were in your lives before you met? And what were you looking for in a partner that led you to try online dating?
Well, I'll start with me, my part of it. I'm from the U.S. Mm-hmm. I was still working at that time. I'm 69 now. Mm-hmm. I was 62 at the time.
So 7 years ago.
7 years ago. I was working at an inpatient mental hospital. I was a counselor. Mm-hmm. And two of the Filipino psychiatrists were Filipinos. Uh-huh. And so I was widowed, and everybody at my job knew that. Mm-hmm. And so they started telling me about, a guy like you should go visit the Philippines, things like that. And these were two married Filipino psychiatrists. And that's when the Philippines came on my radar. Before, it really wasn't on my radar at all. Yeah. And so I started doing research. They told me about a couple websites of dating. And they said, check it out. That's how I found out about the Filipino dating sites. I tried a couple, but I ended up landing on Christian Filipina. And long story short, that's where I met Junylie.
So, and how did you end up on Christian Filipina looking for a husband?
At first, I'm not looking for a husband. I'm looking for a serious relationship first.
Okay.
And we know each other, and as long as with my daughter to get along with, then if it's working on, then why not in the future?
Yeah, but when you said you looked dating sites, did you try other dating sites? And what was your experience?
I was on Filipino Cupid. And, a lot of the girls, Junylie, they're on different dating sites. They're on more than one dating site. And so I saw her on that dating site. But then I saw her in a different preview on Christian Filipina. Number one, the reason I went off of Filipino Cupid, there was so many scammers on there. Everybody I tried to talk to was asking for money. And so...
even it's a paid site too.
It was a semi-paid site.
Yeah.
The one thing that made Christian Filipina stand out to me when I talked to Junylie, once I paid for it was free until you got to talking to someone, then I paid a subscription.
Yeah.
And then after that, when I told them they said if there was anybody asking for money on there, let us know about let them know about their profile, and they would correct it. So they were proactive about it, is why I really like Christian Filipina.
Yeah, because Christian Filipina is known for having higher subscription costs than many other dating sites. And that's one of the concerns all my subscribers have too. So when you first saw the membership price, what went through your mind? Were you hesitant because of the cost?
Well, remember, this was 2019. So the price probably was a little different.
Okay.
At first, when I went looking through the site, it wasn't even a sign-up fee. I was looking through the site, and I think now, I can be wrong, my memory, what it used to be. But I think I only paid, once I met Junylie and I wanted to talk to her further, I think that I only paid about, I think it was $60 to $75, if I remember correctly.
Months. Yeah.
For a month.
I think it's about the same now still. But was it worth the money in your opinion?
Well, it turned out to be. It turned out to be. I mean, I met somebody there that I thought was looking for a serious relationship. As opposed, and the other thing is that this was a woman that wasn't asking for anything.
Yeah, but also some people say that the high price doesn't guarantee better results. So if you can compare it to other dating sites you have been on before, and probably maybe paid money, how was the results compared to Christian Filipina?
Well, the thing was, I myself was a pastor at one time. For 10 years, I was a pastor of a church. So thus, Christian Filipina appealed to me because it had the insignia Christian in front of it. So I was taken for granted that most of the girls that were on there were Christian. And so that was a big deal to me. And so, of course, I didn't let on the Junylie that I was a pastor till later on, And so, but I knew that the Philippines was a Catholic nation, so I figured that most of the girls on there were probably Catholic.
So, and how about the services Christian Filipina offers compared to other dating sites? Did you see any difference? Did you use any of this additional?
Well, I normally I don't get on. I'm not a dating site person, so this was like the first time I really ever got on a dating site. It's just foray into the Asian dating, and so when I met Junylie, that's when I decided to pay because I wanted to know her further. And you could do some shallow talking when it was a non-paid subscription, just texting.
Yeah.
You really couldn't do much else.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you really met somebody that you were interested in, you had one of two options. You could talk to them, pay for a month's prescription, which I did, and then you could find a way to talk to them once you got confidence in them on Christian Filipina. You could go to another site. You could go like email. You could go somewhere else.
Of course.
And that's what happened. I figured that Christian Filipina had did a lot of the vetting. So I felt comfortable meeting her there because I knew Christian Filipina vetted them before they got on the site.
And how was your experience when you put your profile on Christian Filipina and other dating sites? Are there differences in the kind of men that contact you on Christian Filipina versus other sites? How is the approach usually of men to you as a woman?
Christian Filipina, I really felt that there's no a lot of nudity, just respect for the women first, but the others, they are also very what is bastos. You know, that's something.
Bastos. Yeah.
Yeah, they want me show you like that, show like this, but the other dating site.
So Christian Filipina, in your experience, is more serious, also from the men approaching. Okay.
It's approaching very, very
I think
respectful.
that, I think that the men had a little more character, and I think that the women had a little more character.
Yeah,
I think on both sides of
for being a Filipina looking for a partner, I think that's a big issue.
Yeah.
If you can say, okay, I don't find only bastos there, that only want to go to hotel with me.
Right.
Not serious.
Yeah.
Only for fun.
Right, a lot of people forget that it goes both ways. That the girl has to be careful about who they meet. Also, it's just not the guy. They always say, well, the guy's getting scammed. Well, a lot of times they don't know who they're meeting either.
And did you use this personal support from Christian Filipina's staff, like the consultations you
I
can
did.
get?
I had one of the profiles I looked at. I felt like wasn't real or something was wrong, and I did contact support. And when I went back on there, they had removed it.
But you haven't experienced doing this romance consultation with them that you can ask
None of those
about
things.
someone?
I really didn't. I had a specific goal because I was coming to the Philippines in 45 days. I had already made up my mind I was going to come.
Okay.
So I'm not one of them people that like a long LDR, long distance relationship. I wanted it, when I met someone, I wanted to meet them sooner than later. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pay for a month.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that month to get the right person, and then I'm going over there in person.
So would this be also an advice from you to other people dating, that they shouldn't spend too long on dating sites? Or what would be, in your opinion, is a good time spent to register on a dating site and then look up the girl?
I really, in my opinion, only my opinion, you shouldn't be in an LDR, and I'm saying in a whole, not just the dating site, especially the dating site. 6 months to a year is the longest that you should LDR.
Yeah.
Because if you're serious about that girl, and Junnylie, we talked about this before, and she was also saying, as far as the Filipina, if you're not ready to make a movement to come there in 6 months to a year, they don't believe that you're serious.
Yeah. And how was your experience when William contacted you? Were you hesitant?
No, at first, I don't really expect that serious because that's first time. It's the first time to come. Maybe just collecting girls to search and flirt until he like what is their wants. Then I'm just waiting.
And what convinced you that he is the one, not just collecting girls?
Yeah, that's what I am really observing. What is the when we was in Bantayan, I really observed if it's the one that I'm looking for. Then I found out it's the one.
So could you give maybe some advice to the guys that are watching here? How could a guy show the lady he's looking for that he's not collecting girls? Because many guys, I realized, when they get older and didn't have a relationship, they forgot how to flirt, how to date. So maybe you as a woman can give some advice to them, what to look out for, what to do correct, and what to not do.
My advice to the men out there: if you're really serious, do and respect the girls, and do not make it very harshly, and just be careful to say something, and do not be direct pushing me without wants and not like that one. Do not go there like that. Just be respect yourself, and because the guy if you respect also, all the way will be smooth relationship.
Okay. And in your opinion, what stood out about the profiles or community you found on Christian Filipina compared to other sites?
Well, in all reality, and I said this before, to be bluntly truthful, it was her bathing suit that she had on. She was sitting by a pool, and she had a two-piece bathing suit on. It was all, it was appropriate, but she was very attractive. That was and the thing that it was when we were texting each other, because we couldn't really talk to each other until I paid the subscription. So when we were texting each other, I had, I'm a praying person, I'm a Christian. I got a feeling about her that this was a person I really needed to look into further.
You know what? At first, I didn't like him.
You didn't wear a bathing suit, I guess.
No.
Okay.
Maybe, but because he's very every day he texts me, that's what I really feel. Oh, I am valuable to him.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
So you put a picture of you in a bathing suit on a dating site on purpose?
For me, so that I can attract my man.
Okay.
This is the girl that hold the body of the girl for her in the future.
Okay.
I'm not.
It worked.
I'm not shy to make it myself in the bathing suit because I.
She had the top on and the scarf that they put around.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah. So, and then after a month you came here, and
I would say about 45 days later, and that's what I had on my profile. I'm looking for a soulmate. That's what I said, and I have ticket to come over in 45 days. I'm not playing.
Okay.
So I wanted that to be out front. So that was on my profile.
But I guess you didn't have just her profile, so you maybe have 5
I talked to a couple other people on that site. But as I said, I'm a different kind of guy. I'm a guy that I actually pray about each profile. I prayed about, is this the one? Is this the one? When it was texting back and forth with her that I got a good feeling about what she was saying. She told me she had a daughter that was 6 months old, a newborn, basically. And so she was out front with everything. She wasn't asking for anything. And she wasn't trying to hide the fact that she had a child. A lot of the girls try to hide.
Because.
And so I was like, she's honest about things.
I'm saying at first, if you love me and also accept my daughter, not only me.
Yeah.
Because in the future, maybe have a problem then. I'm telling the truth.
Might happen.
And a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
And that was another thing I liked about Christian Filipina. Most of the girls, not all of them, but most of the girls on there were honest. Whether you liked what they were saying or not, they were being honest with you. At least she left it where I could make my own choice.
Exactly. And when you then came here, how long did you stay and stay together?
Well, the first time that I came, she was from Mindanao. I came with another guy. We took time off from work. He met a girl from Danao online. So he was coming to Cebu. First I ever heard about something. I was going to Manila. He was coming to Cebu. So I said to her, when I got to Manila, I texted her once again and said, I'm getting ready to come to Manila. Is there any way you know how to get to Cebu?
Yeah, you know what I experienced before? That's very maybe that's a soulmate because there's no travel at the time. I find way to travel along another airport to visit him. I just find
Well, it was a plus that she, a lot of the girls from the province don't know how to get anywhere but in their own province. She actually already had a passport. She knew how to get on a ferry and to the plane and then meet me in Cebu because she had sisters in Cebu. And so that was a plus to me that she could actually say, I'll meet you in Cebu.
So for me, this shows you are already more mature and more experienced than others. Usually, a gentleman never asks the age of a lady, but I would say you are below 30 still. And the question is, how did you obtain your passport? Why? And what's the story that you are more mature than other province girls?
Yeah, I become mature then I have a baby because everything is before it's easy to go around, but if you have a daughter, child, you become mature because you will thinking your daughter in the future.
And before you met William, you already had experience with a foreign boyfriend. How was that? You said before to me it was Canadian, half German. And how did you meet back then? What did you learn from this friendship, partnership?
I met that one. We're not chatting that guy. We just met in person. But that's my problem. If you are in province, is have no seat neighbors. If you will go up, you will go down. You want to go down.
Yeah.
That's
But how long did you stay together with this Canadian German?
2
and
years.
2 years. When you met this foreigner, he was half Canadian, half German, and he is not a Filipino that you until then only knew. So what was your aha moments in that relationship when you realized this is a different culture he is from, and I have to adapt and he has to adapt? So this learning that comes when you go into a different culture.
I learned to him a lot because it's like a Filipino too. It's very generous to the other people. We just reach out to other people that need it. We just giving food, water. We are just go around. We like we are like in the priest that giving food to others and helping to the kids. That's what I learned to him. Is very generous and very down to earth. And but mostly Filipinos, but mostly in my area, the Filipino there, they just want me to go down.
Okay. And then both of you, how did your family and friends reacted when they knew about you found a partner and want to marry?
My grandson, who was like a son, who I raised like a son, and my daughter, they didn't think it was real at all. They were looking at the picture saying it was a scam, you know, it wasn't real, don't do it. The typical ways that guys... I am not real. It's an AI, it's a fake, it's not real, you know. And so, you know, there was a lot of trepidation about me going over there, of course. But, you know, I had my mind made up that I was going to make the trip and I was going to meet her for better or worse. I was going to see.
And how about your family?
My family is okay with him or not, no problem at all.
Okay.
Not now, but the thing was, when she first came to visit me, she didn't bring her daughter. I didn't meet her family at all. She came on her own. Plus, remember, she had 2 twin sisters that lived in the Cebu area. So she came over, and in the back of her mind, if this guy doesn't work out, I'm visiting my sisters and going back home.
That's why I'm saying to you at first, to the guy, if you meet first, do not bring all your family with you. Sometimes they will...
She was vetting me. And the first trip was really a vetting trip for her, for both of us.
Okay.
You know, and she, I didn't meet her daughter and family until the second trip.
Okay, and how do you like her family?
Her family, we get along fine. We get along fine. She has 2 sisters that are twins. She has a brother, her mother. We get along fine. She even though she has never met my family in person, she talks to them, she knows them.
Yeah.
And the little girl is like my daughter. I'm the only dad she's known since she's been 6 months old, and she's almost 7. So.
And as you said, you've never been to the Philippines, and it was never on your radar
at all.
How did you experience the Philippine family when you realized it the first time?
You mean the second time? When I finally met them, well, it was a culture shock. I didn't realize how you know, in the U.S., family's not close like that.
Yeah,
they're not close like that. I had one of her sisters, one of the twins, literally came up and whispered in my ear. She said, "You know, we're gonna always be around, right, William? No matter what." I said, so I got the understanding. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to learn about this.
What would be your advice to an American or foreigner that dates in the Philippines about?
The family's coming with her. They're gonna be around. So if you're gonna be around her, understand, somewhere around, they're coming.
But not always in a bad way.
Well, if you get a mature woman like Junnylie was, she knows how to make sure the family keeps their distance so we can also have her time. Now remember, some of them don't know that. Some of them are not able to tell the family no. She can.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference.
That's, in my experience, also a problem if the girl is maybe too young and too immature that she cannot say no, that she never learned it. And then probably the family tries to make her the prey to get money off the foreign.
And I realized early on that Junnylie had her own mind. Not just the mind of the family. She loved her family, but she also had her own mind, which was a great thing for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, some Filipinas are only for the foreigner will support the family.
Yeah.
You have something like that.
Her family, they all self-supported.
Okay. So, looking back on the whole experience, how long did your dating process take until marriage?
It was a journey.
Long,
it was a
years.
long, tedious journey. I came back to the Philippines 3 different times to meet Junylie before the pre-pandemic, and I almost got stuck here the last time I came in 2020. I had to rush out when the president. Duterte at the time said every foreigner you got 2 days to leave, or else I think you want to stay.
Yeah.
So I had to literally, we were at a resort in Solia Resort here, and I had to actually, she looked at my Facebook and seen that was,
Because I am sneaky.
she was still vetting me. And she looked at my Facebook, they're going to look at your emails, Facebook, everything, guys.
Yeah.
She looked at my Facebook and seen somebody trying to get in touch with me. It was a airline girl. And she said, no, this is not somebody trying to talk to you. This is somebody that's urgently trying to get in touch with you. The girl was saying, look, you got to get back here to Manila and get the plane out of here. And so that's how she saved me from getting stuck here.
And also his friend.
And my friend, he was in,
I saved him.
he was on Comody's Island. So we both had to get together and get the next plane out. That was 2020, but I came 3 times. By the 3rd time, we both knew that we were the ones. It was just, how long is this pandemic going to last?
Yeah.
And so we were in an LDR, forced LDR, for 2 years. And a lot of LDRs didn't make it through the pandemic.
Yeah.
And the only reason I think we made it, because we met in person 3 times. If not, we probably wouldn't make it.
Yeah. And then you
I came back again
For good.
in 2022. And I had already, by that time, I had retired fully. I was still working part-time when I came over. I retired full-time. I made my plan. I had my money in place. And I came over to live. We moved in together. We were engaged, got engaged for a year. Then we got married the next year in 2023.
So you would say the investment in dating sites was worth it?
$60 to $75 for a woman that turned out to be your future life partner, wife.
Yeah.
Really good return.
Really good return investment. Okay.
It just takes time.
William and Junnylie, what would you say you didn't knew before and give as an advice to the viewers?
I would say for my part, I was new at dating sites. I had no idea there were so many eligible women that weren't worried about age over here in the Eastern world. That in the United States, unless you're a baller, unless you're a singer, you have a whole lot of money, a woman that's Junylies age is not going to be with you. It's not going to happen.
Look at now William. Before he's 62, now almost 70.
I'll be 70 in December and she's 35. So there's a big age difference. That doesn't happen unless you're rich and famous in the US.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
And so I would say, I was taken back by online how many women that were much younger were interested in the older man.
Okay.
If you are really, what is this, serious, age doesn't matter, right?
And that was a new culture for us coming from the West. It was intoxicating, really.
Yeah.
As long as you get along together.
Yeah. And what would your advice be to people that are hesitant about spending money on a dating website? What would you?
I would say this, and this is what I talked to a couple other friends about that, and I would say this. My mom used to always tell me, you get what you pay for. You know, fast food ain't good and good food ain't fast. The bottom line is you get what you pay for. If you are really seriously looking, I'm saying to the guys here, if you're seriously looking for the soulmate, that woman to spend your golden years with, your 4th quarter, so to speak, aren't you willing to spend enough money to get the right one? I was.
Thank you very much for the time and thank you for watching, and I hope and wish you a long future together.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.